What if suddenly there were no boys in the world? None at all.
Fiddlesticks.
It doesn't make sense that girls aren't allowed to do farm work when girls can do anything a boy can do, and more. Do you consider yourself to be delicate and incapable? Because I certainly don't.
What I love about this is partly the story, of course, which has, been around for well over a century now. But in the working of this, the way it is performed, there is a sense of timing and almost overlapping dialogue. It has a modern attraction to it in that regard. Do you know what I'm referring to?
No, absolutely.
Talk about that as well, because that doesn't necessarily, it seems so natural, but it doesn't come naturally.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. I think a lot of the time, especially if I was kind of reading the script, there were a lot of stuff that I would be like, oh, I've said that in my day-to-day life, which it was nice to kind of see that relatability in the script, which was incredible.
Relatability, exactly.
On set, we just kind of said the lines how we would say them. It wasn't that we were playing characters, it was just bringing the character that was already in us out.
That sort of conversational overlap, we kept it from being a stodgy period piece and allowed it to be sort of much more alive.
Yeah.
That sort of begs the question whether you want it to be done in an early take so you don't lose that feeling, or if you don't mind working it.
I don't mind. I think in crying scenes, sometimes I'm just kind of like, I want this to be over with. I don't like it. Because crying for like 4.5 hours,
a long time.
It's not pleasant. But
You rocked it.
thank you. But no, in kind of normal scenes where I'm not crying, I would work at that scene until we get it perfect.
Really?
Yeah.
Doesn't bother you? Because
No.
you of course know it does some people. Every time they do
does
it, I
some
lose a little
people.
more, I lose a little.
Yeah, it's different. My actors were really dedicated and really stoic because, and they're from the theater too, R.H. Thompson and Geraldine James. So repetition is part of the craft.
Yeah.
So they handled it well, and I think they felt like there's always another opportunity to find something
There's
more
always something
or
new.
something new.
Yeah.
Now that's an interesting point, because it's true, because if you're in a long run in a stage production, every night you're trying to add something to your performance.
Absolutely.
Haven't you found that you wish people would come later in the run because you've added so much to it?
Yeah, I kind of find that, because I found there was a big difference from our first day shooting PEI to the last day, and I was thinking about this when we were filming on the very, very last day. I was like, even though it's only been like 6 months, I felt like I'd matured a lot and experienced a lot. It was really nice, actually, to kind of go through that kind of process, I guess.
Because you shoot out of sequence, right?
We haven't been shooting out of
Whoa,
sequence.
whoa, this is
Yep.
unusual.
Well, I had a luxury of time. I was really lucky because I wrote the first season myself, and I got to have all the scripts done in advance of production. So we shot sequentially. So it was kind of
a lot
fantastic.
easier.
Explain why
because-
that's a lot easier.
Well, because the actors get to go on the journey that the characters are on.
Yeah.
They actually get to be on that journey, meet each other for the first time, have their first scenes together, and then grow into their story together as characters.
And there's also something you don't have to do, which is try to remember exactly the tone
Exactly.
and the point you were at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is, it's really nice to kind of just go through that experience of the journey, as you said, and I think it's also easier to not have to think about what kind of mood was I in that scene, what did this do, and it just kind of to stay where you are and be very, very present in that, it was a lot easier. I know.
We got to shoot that way on Breaking Bad as well, and the actors really loved it. You know, Bryan Cranston didn't want to know too far in advance what was happening. He wanted to be on that same journey as his
Yes,
character.
that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
You're getting as close to the feeling of reality as you possibly can.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm revealing too much about my own, just utterly being charmed by this character, but did you fall in love with her?
Absolutely. I mean, I think whenever I do play a character, I do have a sense of this character is so amazing, but with Anne, it was different for me. I think because it was a longer time and I was playing her every single day for 6 months, and kind of sticking in that and being in Canada and just playing this entirely different character what I'd ever played before. It was nice because I let a side of Anne of me out, which I hadn't seen before. It was intriguing.
Easy to fall in love with her.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
so easy.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Pleasure.
I'm Patrick Stoner.